and they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Hey everyone, it's Trish from Dish Kitty Studio, and I am hoping to do another flip through of my daily journal, Fauxbonichi style book. As I'm sure you know by now, if you have watched my channel before, for this year I'm doing a loose leaf book, so I am doing each page individually and then binding them into this binder with using a 3-hole punch. So this is where I left off in my last video, so I'm just going to go ahead and move on to the next page. This was my husband's birthday. He was turning 41, and we went out for some sushi. That was it. Not too much going on there. So this is kind of a weird little page. I have these square sheets of paper, and I kind of wanted to use it, but I didn't really have enough going on to fill up the whole square, so I thought, oh, what if I cut it in half? So I sort of made this little triangular page. I drew a boxing glove because I have a, what do you call it, a heavy bag. So I did some boxing for my workout, and this is a little fountain pen down here because I cleaned out some of my pens. And that's it. I thought this turned out kind of cool, though, a little triangle page. Okay, this is just a little tiny one, another pretty boring day. It's nice to be able to use smaller paper when there's not much going on and I don't feel the pressure to fill up a whole sheet, you know. This is actually I just tipped it in here to the, just kind of taped it to the page, but this is a wrapper. I went to the grocery store and bought kiwis, and I got this box of kiwis, and this cardboard was around the box, and I thought it was so cute. It has little Mr. Kiwi here. So I just cut it out and I used it, and I wrote on the back about the kiwis I bought, and I drew a piece of pizza because we had pizza for dinner. So pretty boring. This was, we went to a concert. We went to the theater in town and saw The Temptations, which was so good. It was such a great show. So the tickets I printed out, so there was 4 of us. It was my husband and I and his mom and dad. So I used the full page ticket back here for my page for the day, and then I just stapled the other top pieces of the ticket so I could see the seat numbers and all that kind of stuff. So that's what this is here. This is just a little photo of my husband and I at the show. I drew a music note down here, and then I stuck just a piece of paper here so that I could have some space to write about the evening and the show and everything. It was really good. If you get a chance to see The Temptations, go for it. This is, I actually had some things that were personal that I wanted to write about, and I didn't want to include them in my journal, but I didn't want to just forget about them either. So since I'm doing this loose leaf thing, I sort of have the flexibility to just, I just wrote down all the stuff I wanted to write down and stuck it in an envelope and just popped it in here and left it pretty plain. I put some tape on it, but otherwise, this way I get to keep it. It's concealed unless I want to show it or want to read it again. So it's part of my journal, but it's not part of any page. So for this page, this is a page from an old children's book, and it's kind of, I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty heavyweight and it's kind of glossy. So I thought this was really cool, because what we did this day is, this was a Friday, and after work we went and drove about 2-3 hours north and met some of our friends at a resort, and they were all planning to spend the weekend snowmobiling, but we're not snowmobilers, and we don't have a snowmobile. We didn't really have any interest in snowmobiling, but we wanted to hang out with our friends, so we just went up there Friday night and stayed the one night, and then they snowmobiled the rest of the weekend away. So I thought this was really cool because it was, up there it was very snowy, and it was kind of evening, it was evening when we got there, and I thought this page was just perfect for that. So my drawings here, I drew a little bottle of e-juice. My husband bought me some new juice. It's called Peanut Butter and Jesus. So I drew a picture of that. And I actually smoked a real cigarette while we were on this trip, and it was terrible. It had been a long time, probably at least 6 months since I smoked a real cigarette, and I did not like it. So I think that's good. That's a good thing, right? I think this is another page that turned out interesting. I used just an old piece of map, because this is the day that we drove home, and we kind of took our time driving home. You know, we weren't in a rush to get back home. I drew a little coffee mug here because we had breakfast with our friends up there before we headed out. And then we just made the drive. And once we got home, we just kind of relaxed. We did a few chores around the house. And then we ordered calzones from Hungry Howie's. So here's a picture of me eating a calzone, and here's the little sticker from Hungry Howie's delivery. What I love about this page is that I did use the map, but writing on top of the map, I thought, okay, well, I'll just put another piece of paper on it. But then I thought, oh, you're only going to see the map around the very edges once I do all my journaling. So what I did was I used deli paper, and I stuck it down, and then I wrote on top of it. So that way you can see my writing, but you can also see the map underneath. And I drew, my drawing here, on both of these drawings is actually on top of the deli paper and on top of the map, so kind of made it to both. So I like this. I think this turned out great, and I would definitely do this again if I use some kind of patterned paper that I don't want to completely cover up. I think this turned out really good. I don't know how easy it is for you guys to be able to read that writing on camera, but in person it's actually very easy. It reads really well, so I think it worked out nicely. This piece of paper is actually from, you know, I think at a thrift store or at a garage sale or something, probably a year or two ago, I bought this little envelope, and it was full of like stationery samples. So it's pages like this, but then there's one of these, but then there's maybe like 30 different ones. Some of them have rainbows, some of them have golf balls, you know, there's like balloons. There's just a ton of different things, and there's one sheet of each, and it was sort of like a stationery sales sampler pack to try to get you to buy this stationery. But for me, it's actually been, you know, I'm a sucker for paper, so if I see a bunch of interesting paper, you know, for a cheap price, I'm probably going to buy it. So this happened to be one of the pages, and I drew this woman here in a hijab. This was really one of the, I mean, that Muslim ban thing was going on all weekend, but Sunday was the day that I actually really had time to sit down and read about it and find out more about what was going on. And so I just thought that was a nice thing to draw, and I thought this paper was really fitting too. So okay, now here we've got another, this is just graph paper, but another small page, like a 3/4 page here. This right here is, I do some consulting work for a medical device company, and this is one of the products that they sell. The reason I included it here is because I actually spent the evening doing some work for them, and I wrote a Valentine's email out for them to send to their customers, and I thought the email turned out really cool, and so I just drew a little picture of the product right there. And these are just a couple of things that we got in the mail today. I got a card from my aunt that I really liked, so I just put this pocket here and I tucked it in. And then, you know, my husband just had a birthday and he had to renew his license. I don't want to show you his driver's license numbers and all that, but he got his new license in the mail, so I took his old one and I just stuck it in the pocket here. So there's that. Let's see. This one, not much going on that day. I made baked Italian chicken for dinner, which is one of my favorites. My husband doesn't like it too much, but I like it, so I make it. And it's got Roma tomatoes and garlic, and so I just drew a couple of the ingredients there, and that's basically it. And that was the last day of January. Let's actually go back. This was my this is my divider page for January. It's done now. I consider it done. So I just thought, you know, I kind of work on this as the month goes on, so I thought I'd show you what it looks like right now. It's different, I think, than it was the last time I showed it. And then on the back, this is a card that my husband got for his birthday, and I just stuck it there on the back side. So that's that. Now we're into February. There's not much going on here on this divider yet. I just put this little Valentine sticker there. Alright, February 1st. I put some nail polish here because I did my nails. They're looking super ratchet right now, but it's white polish, and then I put some like just iridescent glitter on top. I call it snow nails because it reminds me of like when the sun comes out on the snow and it's kind of shimmery. It looks terrible right now. It's all chipped up because this was obviously more than a week ago. So, yeah. I drew a little picture myself here thinking about prizes because I actually won 2 prizes on that day. First, on National Handwriting Day, which was back in January, Faber-Castell was doing a giveaway on Instagram, and so I entered thinking, you know, I enter stuff like that all the time. Whatever, I never dream I'm going to win. Well, I did win. So I haven't gotten it yet, but I sent them my address so they could ship it to me. It's a mechanical pencil and a pen set. So I am expecting to get that in the mail anytime. I'm very, very excited and very pleased. I cannot tell you how shocked I was. So later that evening, I logged into YouTube just to catch up on some videos and stuff like that. And I won a YouTube giveaway too from a channel that I subscribe to, a girl whose channel is called Documented Journey, and she is great, by the way. I'll link her channel down below. She does a lot of great pen pal journals and just some great stuff. So if you're interested in art journaling at all, or even if you just like to watch art journaling and you don't want to do it, give her a look because she does some great stuff. So she had a giveaway too, and it turns out I won hers as well. So it was this beautiful watercolor journal, a bunch of water-soluble sketch pencils, and some Sharpie paint markers, and a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm really excited about that one too. So anyway, that's why there's a picture of me thinking about all the fancy prizes I won. This was the following day, and this is not my artwork. This actually came from another YouTuber. Her name is Crystal Dragonfly on YouTube. She does a lot of great mixed media stuff as well. The reason I put this here is because I got Happy Mail from Crystal that day, and this was included in there, and it fits so perfectly with my page, so I stuck it in. This is a picture of a cat. My husband and I watched the movie Keanu with Key and Peele. If you haven't seen it, give it a look. It's really cute. I mean, I'm a sucker for a cat anyway, so it was good. I loved the cat. The cat was great. Okay. Here, this is just a regular old sheet of notebook paper. Nothing much major this day, but I did go to my foot doctor, so I drew a little foot here. I've had a couple surgeries on my left foot, but I actually have been having some pain in my right foot, so I wanted to go check it out. And he did some x-rays and all that kind of stuff, and it wasn't anything major. Okay. This one is another piece of ledger paper. I am participating in, it's called IncoRemo 2017. It is International Correspondence Writing Month. So every day this month I am writing a handwritten card or letter. So this was last Saturday, and I spent some time in my studio and, excuse me, I had my letters written up until this point. This was the 4th. But I wanted to put some artwork on the envelopes, so I drew some girls that look like this on the front of the envelopes. And this is done with I did this on deli paper, and I just stuck it on top of the ledger paper. I didn't have any particular reason for using ledger paper other than I thought it would look cool with deli paper on top of it, so that's about as far as that went. We also had to go out and run some errands, and I found Oh my gosh, I was so excited. It's a backpack with a panther on it, and the eyes light up. So when the bag moves and like gets shaken, like you see, shake me, I light up. The panther's eyes light up. It's so freaking cool. And I only paid $10 for it. It was on clearance. It's so cool. It's like so me. It's ridiculous. So anyway. Okay. This is from last Sunday, February 5th. My husband and I went downtown, and we went to a rally for, it was just sort of to raise awareness against Islamophobia. It was against the Muslim ban, obviously, you know, just support for the Muslim community, for refugees, immigrants, that kind of thing. So I just drew kind of like a, you know, a bunch of people in the crowd and some signs. This one says "We all pee yellow," because that one was our favorite. So I think that's it for now. I hope that you enjoyed my flip. You can see my front cover is still completely blank. I haven't done anything with it yet, but I figured I got some time, right? I don't know though, look at this thing, it's getting pretty full. That's only like 1 month and a few days into February. Well, and I do have like I have every month's, you know, divider in there, but there's no way this baby's gonna make it till December. No way. I'm gonna have to use probably, I'm gonna say 3 of these, maybe 4. I don't know, we'll see. Probably 3. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope you're having a great day. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope you found something to inspire you to be creative yourself. And thanks again. Have a great day.